Hi Aries, this is Samantha from Insights Tarot. I'm here to give you your reading for October 2019. Okay, I hope you're doing well today. Just a few things. It's a general read, so it won't resonate with all of you. And it's for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So if you got one of those placements, you're in the right place. Timeless read despite the timestamp given, the month given. Which just means if you've been brought to watch this video, there are messages here for you, so give it a watch. Okay, so if you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Love having you here. Leave me comments below regarding the decks I use, regarding the message given. I do read those messages. I love them. Thank you so much for your support, Aries. Do watch your other videos if you want a more comprehensive idea of what is in store for you. That would be your Rising, Moon, and Venus videos, as well as your Sun video. And I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, that information is below. Okay, so I'm using the Law of Attraction deck for the month, along with it's called the Enchanted map. These are oracle cards by Colette, Baron-Reid. They're new and they're awesome. So I'll be using these at the end to give you an additional message. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get that October reading for you started. Source energy, ascended masters, angels, archangels, guardian angels, and divine light and spirit guides. I ask you please provide me with the general messages and energies for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I ask that you allow me to see these messages clearly and speak them clearly, and that all the messages given here today help keep Aries on their highest path. Not only now, but always. I want to thank you, Divine, for your love, guidance, and protection. I deeply appreciate your messages. We do. And you are always welcome here. Okay, Aries. For October, your general energy is the Ace of Swords. Beautiful card. Right off the top, I'm drawn to the winter scene, which for me is a timer. So whatever is going on now with regards to the reading could, there could be some change or forward movement. It could actually start in the winter or end in the winter. Okay. Ace of Swords, what do we know off the top? It's a hard new start, challenging. It's a new beginning in some chapter of your life, which you could have worked on for a very long time to get to this point, Aries. It's a victory. And what I like about this card is, though it's challenging, when you finally get it, it severs all ties that bind and allows you to start with a very fresh slate. And I love that. So, where one thing ends, he jumps off this cliff doing a fancy snowboarding move. Wherever he lands afresh. There's no trail in between, which means there's a severing of all ties. And where he leaves the powder here, wherever he hits it again, is his new start. Excuse me, I've got a tickle. Thank you. Okay, so, yeah, he's grounded in this movie. He's wearing all brown. I'm drawn to that. And it looks like he absolutely knows what he's doing. Absolutely knows what he's doing. And he looks like he's enjoying himself. He's taking a chance. And that's, you know, an Aryan energy right off the top. Reminds me of the Fool card. Which happens to be here in your reading. So you exist within your reading. Okay, so a new beginning is your focus in October. And it's one you've been working for or towards for a long time. This could be a new beginning in love. Here's the Gemini energy of the Lovers card. You got lovers in a sweet embrace and kiss, sharing their soul's essence as well as their physical essence together. And it looks like you just jumped into this. Now, for some of you, this is a relationship. Yeah, you even got the Two of Cups here. So this could be a past relationship that's been a bit rocky for you. That's where you're getting this new start after a time, I do see, of temperance here and coming out of hard times. Okay. So here we got Lovers. And we have the Fool card, which simply tells me you jumped into something new. But when I look at these together, it says you needed to make some decisions. You needed to make a decision about a relationship. And when I look at the Fool card, you got an old man or an older man who's sitting on a wooden chair, and he's repairing a boot. He's got a nail in his hand and he's trying to repair the heel of a boot. Well, boots are so we can walk, so we can move forward. And he's nailing in the sole of the boot because it's broken. The boot's broken. So the message I'm feeling is there's a relationship for the lot of you that I'm reading for. Your relationship has been difficult, if not challenging. And you're at a crossroads trying to decide whether or not you want to work it out or leave. He doesn't look happy to have to be mending this boot. Look at that face on him. I don't think you're going to get to see it. Maybe. Well, let's see if I can bring this to you in any way. Anyway, he's got a look on his face. He looks angry yet determined. He's very focused on the nail. And, I mean, look at his coat. It's patchwork coat. So it looks like he's used to putting things together. In fact, that's part of his life. So he's sitting there and he's fixing his boot so that he can have forward movement again. Now, this doesn't have to be his boot. It could be somebody else's. But I feel in this reading it's his boot. And he's in the process, because he's got a hammer, he's in the process of fixing it. So, there could be some decisions you got to be making about a relationship, whether or not to fix it or not, for forward movement. Okay? The next card out is Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups speaks to me about balance. Yin and Yang. It speaks about relationships, again, in traditional tarot. But in this tarot, in this read, it's talking about bringing balance to a situation. Your masculine and feminine need to be brought to balance, and that's the key to forward movement here. Now, we need to look at this two ways, okay? This could be looked at through the lens of working on your own self, your thoughts, and your own blocks and beliefs, but also what's external to you that has been created via your prior thoughts, actions, and beliefs. So, you know, this could be speaking about working on your own thinking towards a relationship, towards a situation. That this way of thinking, you could be overthinking things. You might need balance to bring it back into a positive. Your thinking might be dramatic, could be angry, and it could be sad, which is the next card out. Here, this woman looks awfully sad. Your emotions need to be brought into balance, okay? For some of you, you could be left out you might feel left out in the cold via a relationship or partner. Here, this woman is standing in the middle of a rainstorm. She has no protection, no umbrella. She's drenched. Her nose is bright red, so she's awfully cold. Her hair is wet. Her eyes are closed because she just is resigned to accept the fact that nobody's there for her. Nobody's there to help her. Yet there are people all around her who could help her. So in a relationship, you might be feeling out in the cold, isolated. Even though you're among people, you might feel trapped. And I'm noticing the lanterns here, and that indicates spiritual guidance. So you are being spiritually and divinely guided at this time through your own feelings about a relationship to bring them into balance, but also external actions. Okay. It could have been a very passionate relationship prior that has gone a bit south for you and left you feeling cold. And what it needs is some balance. And once the balance is brought in with your thinking, once you've worked on your thinking, and I do feel like you're going to move away from harder water. Because this card speaks to balance and cleansing and moderation as well. Okay, but this card, you have an airplane, which suggests movement, suggests travel. This is a 3 of Swords. This was an 8 of Swords. So we have 8 of Swords here, which talks about fear and loss. And then we have here with the 3 of Swords, which it speaks to me about collaboration to move forward and out of a bad direction, away from danger, away from the thunderstorm brewing behind the airplane. So this is actually a rather good meaning. It's working with others through issues so you can steer away from danger in your relationship. So you're possibly working with your partner to steer away from the problems. You're working together to alleviate a situation, diminish it. Awesome. The last card out is Temperance. So Temperance is asking you to be patient, that things are happening behind the scene. But here you got a woman who is outstretched with her face pointing towards the sun, towards the heavens, and it's like she's asking for help, she's asking for forgiveness, she's asking for clarity and cleansing. She's standing in a pool of water by a waterfall, which suggests detoxifying, cleansing, purging of herself, her own problems, but those in a relationship. And we do have behind her another person. They happen to be walking away, though. Now, I see now that it's a decanter of water that this person's carrying. Okay. So the person in the background has a carafe of water. And they're working together to heal, to nurture. Not only themselves, but their families or a situation. Okay? This water is life-bearing, it's cleansing, it's nurturing. And that's what's helping them move forward. That's the key. Balance, nurturing, understanding, compassion, cooperation. So, you're working to fix not only your way of thinking, but a relationship that needs help. It's out of balance and out of sync. So, let's see what the cards, the Enchanted map cards have to say. What's an additional message for Aries for the month of October? What is it that they need to know for this situation? What's important to them? Okay. Okay. So it looks like two separate messages. The first one says, coming apart. Coming apart. And being that these are newer, I'm going to have to read to you from the book. But right off the top, it's about your relationship. You or yourself. In your mind, you feel like you're coming apart. But also in your relationship. And the book, if I can get to the message, simply says, so it's all being of two minds, because the first sentence says, now is the time to take separate paths. Okay? Okay, but on the other hand, we have heal the ouch. So, and there are two things there, two animals there. And one's helping the other. Okay? So, this card, Coming Apart, says, the Coming Apart card is assigned to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you took on more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial? Separation, dissolution, and dispersion are all in focus now. Okay? If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. Okay? So for some of you, the idea of separating is absolutely at hand, and this card ventures to say that by separating is actually good fortune for you. Okay? The other card says heal the ouch. And like I said, you got a raccoon here with a nurse's hat on, and it's got a flower in its hand, which is happiness, and he's working on a fox. Foxes are shrewd. Both of them are shrewd, actually. Foxes and raccoons. Let's see what this card has to say. Heal the ouch. So, this card, the first sentence says, forgiveness is the healer of the soul. It says, this is a time for great soothing of the heart, body, soul, and mind, as this card indicates that healing will be prevalent in your life now. If you feel drawn to study the healing arts, you'll be successful in developing your natural capacity to restore others to wellness. However, the message may be that you're being called to change your behaviors and order the earth. Perhaps you'll switch to a cruelty-free diet, eating less meat, or perhaps you'll pay more attention to how much water or electricity you use. You're asked to be conscious of your footprint on the sacred earth and all life and committed to the healing path. The Heal the Ouch card may also be an indicator of old wounds and broken bonds being mended. Reconciliations are possible now. Let bygones be bygones. So a few things from these cards. First message I got is some Aries are reconciling with old partners at this time, and they're working to heal old wounds with their partners. Others of you are currently in relationships and you're deciding to end it now. And this healing that I'm speaking about is actually within yourself. Having to heal and forgive and move on. Okay? So, two sets of messages there for two different lots of Aries. Okay? You'll know which one you are. So, those are your messages for the month of October. I hope they resonate. Comment below your thoughts about the new Oracle cards. What do you think? I like them. They're pretty, they give you a really in-depth message on top of these Law of Attraction messages. Okay? So tell me how these cards play out in your life. Let me know your thoughts. And until next time, take care of yourself. Love and light always. Namaste, Aries.